Welcome back, eh? This is the Canadian Silver Seeker, and I hope you guys are having a great day. I just wanted to share another story with you. So, if you've seen my previous bank story, you'll know that I went into RBC and they denied me a bank account because I wanted to buy some gold. What? Well, quite a few people commented on that video, and, it was, thinking back on it, it was a while ago now, it was almost 2 years ago, and I honestly may have lost my cool if it was a day off, but I was working that day, I was in a bit of a hurry, and I do remember weighing in my mind, do I have time to lose my cool and complain right now? And, I figured, no, I didn't. This was the second bank I'd already stopped in that day. One right after another while I was at work, just on a 15-minute break. And, I didn't want to take the chance of wasting more of my work time. I had a busy day, and I went about my day. And like I say, there's other places to buy gold. So, what did I do after that? I can't remember. It definitely wasn't that day. It was maybe a couple days after, at most a week. I did a little bit of research in my area. My area isn't a huge metropolitan area, and a couple years ago there wasn't a lot of places that a guy could really get gold. And so anyways, I found one place that I could possibly find some gold, and it was a goldsmith. And so I went to that goldsmith, and he happened to have a gold maple. And like I said before, I was waiting to buy an ounce of gold. I was wanting to buy an ounce of gold. I was going to get my first ounce of gold. I had some fractional before that, but, it wasn't the best priced fractional, I'll say that. I did buy it at our Canadian Postal Office, and so I'm pretty sure I paid a pretty high premium. And that was years and years previous, so anyway, so yeah, I wanted to buy an ounce of gold. And if you guys know, my dragon loves gold. Wanted to buy an ounce of gold maple that he had. And I believe I bought some silver at the time too, 10 ounces or more. And I do remember getting the transaction already. I had more than enough in my bank account. And I figured, it was time. I wanted to treat myself. And so, anyways, what did I do? Well, I went in, got this transaction all ready. And what did the bank do when I tried to use my card and pay for it? They denied my transaction. Well, I thought it was odd. We tried a couple times, just denied. I'm like, well, I know I have more than enough in there, and I know I've purchased some big ticket items before, and never really had much of an issue. Well, fortunately, I was like, oh, just hold off. My bank just happened to be 2 doors down. And so I ran out of the building, and I ran over to my bank, and I talked to the teller. And the teller gave me some cash. I asked, what's going on? Like, why did this get denied? And honestly, the teller couldn't even tell me at that point. She figured, well, maybe it was a large transaction, something like that. And I was like, okay, well, why is there restrictions on my account? They couldn't tell me that. They didn't see any restrictions. There was really no explanation as to why the transaction was denied. But in the end, I got the money out of the bank. I took that fiat over to the next door, and I ended up buying this ounce of gold right here. This is my first gold maple, and it came from a goldsmith, so he bought it from someone else, and it had nicks and dings on it, and I do remember paying very close to spot on it. It was a little bit over, so he could make some profit, I remember, but yeah. So why do I share this story with you guys? I share this story with you guys because, 2 years ago when I did that, when I decided I was going to buy my first ounce of gold, and stop storing all my eggs in one basket. Even then, before all the bank failures, banks seemed to be putting roadblocks in the way of some people getting their hard-earned money. Honestly, one of the deciding factors of me buying gold at the time was hearing stories of people not being able to access their assets when in need. So, with this all being said, this part of the video was honestly the hardest part for me to come up with because I wanted to give new and old stackers the best advice, but I'm just human and I'm prone to errors, so how can I say what's the best advice for anyone? Well, I'm going to take a stab at it, and here it goes. Don't let the hype, fear, and or possible dopamine rush get in the way of you making the right decisions and the logical decisions for you and your loved ones. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Keep other things like food, medicine, cash, survival gear, and knowledge at your disposal. And remember, you don't need all of this today. Stack at your own pace. Pay your own bills first. Don't let your stacking be a detriment to your life. Make it a positive in your life. Something to fall back on in hard times and times of need. Also, don't look to the bad happening. Prepare for it, but look to better times and actively take steps in your life to make those better times for you and your family. Protect yourself and your family. Have a security system. Don't put all your precious metals and other stackables in one place. Don't click on links. Don't tell friends as much as you love to share. And don't overspend. When it comes to stacking, whether it be 20 years ago, today, or the future, there will always be reasons to buy and reasons not to buy. In the end, it's your story, and you're the hero of your story. It's up to you what you do. Just like this is my story, and it's up to me what I do. I've made the choice to try and help. If this advice helps even one person, then I will have done my job. I will have spread joy and happiness, and I can be the hero of my own story. Remember, if you like this, it doesn't cost you a single piece of silver or gold to like and subscribe. You guys mean the world to me. Happy stacking, eh?